Really quickly, before we go through any more of this video, I just want to say this is not meant to brag or say I'm better than you or whatever. It's just an interesting story, or what I think is an interesting story, and I wanted to share it with you. The way I'm recording this video is that I'm going to be going to a few locations that just document different parts of my journey, and I'll talk about them. This first location is my school, which is kind of where it all started, because I really didn't like school, and the whole time during school, or at least the last couple of years, I was always thinking that I don't want to get a regular job. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just wanted to do something different, something on my own. So that led me into my first business journey. Right out of high school, I decided that I'm going to become a multi-millionaire by coming up with a brilliant idea, patenting it, and then licensing it to big companies and doing no work whatsoever. I had my first brilliant genius idea, which I don't know if I can share because it's top secret. I had this one idea and I set an appointment with a lawyer. I was so excited, I just unbelievably excited. The whole week I was just thinking about supercars, mansions, just good vacations, all this stuff, right? I was so excited. Went to the lawyer's office, and that little bubble burst when I realized I'd actually have to put some work into the idea. So that was definitely not going to happen, which brings me on to the next part of my journey. This brings us on to our next beautiful location with all these flowers and trees and grass. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually the gym I used to go to in high school. It's also where I started my first YouTube channel. My YouTube channel was about working out, but there's so many people who do workout videos, so I thought I'd put a little twist on it, and that was comedy. So I go to the gym with my friends, we'd work out together, and we just try to do a bunch of hilarious stuff without bothering anyone in the gym, of course. And it worked out pretty well. A lot of people liked them. A lot of my friends liked them. Some other people liked them as well, just organically through YouTube. But at the time, I wanted things fast, and I wanted them now. I had to move around the corner really quick because there was actually a daycare behind where I was filming, and all the kids came out, so there was just too much background noise. Anyway, so after I decided that my current style of videos weren't going to get me the amount of views that I wanted right now, I moved into making vlog style videos as well as pranks, which I never really enjoyed. In fact, every time that I would go to record one of these videos, I would kind of dread it, because that's just not me. I was just doing it for views because I wanted to grow my channel as fast as possible. And looking back at it, impatience definitely isn't a good thing in a lot of cases, but later on you'll see that impatience in my case was actually sort of a good thing. With that being said, after about 8 total months of putting 50 to 60 hour weeks in on YouTube, I decided to stop there and move on to the next part of my journey. This last location is the first place I took my car when I first bought it. I was driving up and down these roads for about 30 minutes, and later in the video I'll just do a quick little drive around so you guys can see it. But anyways, into the rest of the stories. After I quit YouTube, I went back online and I just searched up, just like every other teenager out there, how to make money online, how to make money. And I came across e-commerce, and what really got me into that, more so than anything else, because there's a bunch of ways to make money: trading, affiliate marketing, whatever. And there's success in all of it, but I liked the business model, first off, and second, I saw so much success, so many people successful doing it, and I thought that if they can do it, I can do it. And that's actually what I think one of the biggest reasons why I succeeded in business. It's because I went into it with the mindset of, if other people are doing it, then why can't I do it too? And I'm not gonna stop until I do what they're doing, which is succeed in it. And like I talked about in the last location, impatience was something that helped me actually get started with business. I didn't want to wait at all to start making money. So within a couple days, I was in bookstores, online, reading as much as I could, watching as many videos as I could, buying as many books as I could, reading for almost the whole day. The whole day was dedicated to learning, basically. I'd go out maybe an hour or two with my friends every now and then, but I was just completely focused on learning copywriting and direct response marketing. At the same time, while I was learning, I started my first e-commerce business, and everything that I was learning in these books, online, wherever, I'd start applying and testing to see if it works with my business, and also just learning through trial and error, which in a second you'll hear a lot more about that. Within a couple days, or maybe 2 weeks of starting my first business, I got my first order. And that's when everything just came together and I realized that this actually is possible. Not that I was doubting it before, but it was just proof of concept. And I remember after that was around maybe 6 p.m. that day. I was making pasta and got my first order. I went to the gym after that, and that was one of the best workouts ever, one of the best days of my life. Like I was saying before, I'll get back to trial and error. The next couple months after this first sale and my other sales or orders, whatever you want to call them, was rough. Had lots of problems, so many, just a lot of problems. PayPal issues, advertising account issues, bank issues, lots of issues that were it maybe 6 months ago, and I didn't have the same mindset, I would have given up. But it's funny that I say that because during this whole time, because I went into it thinking that I am going to do it, knowing that I'll do it, I didn't think of giving up ever. Not even once during that whole time with all of the problems. I just thought, if other people are doing it, I'm gonna make it work. And that's, I credit that to a big part of me actually getting my initial success in business. Anyways, after that big problem period of a couple months, I started making profit, and every month I was, for the most part, making more and more money, learning more, and just overall having a good time with business. And I was very happy that I actually found something that is working for me, or that I made work, and it was an awesome time. Fast forward a couple more months later, and I bought my beautiful M2, BMW M2. Looking back at it, from a financial perspective, horrible decision. Not because I ran out of money or anything, but just there were so many other uses for the money that I put into this car. But looking back at it from a personal standpoint, one of the best decisions I ever made. When I went into business, my goal was, once I make it work, I'm gonna reward myself. And that reward that I wanted was one of my dream cars, which is either this BMW M2 or a Hellcat Red Eye. The reason I picked the BMW M2 is one, because of the price, it was cheaper, and two, Daryl had an M2 40i at the time. That's what I learned to drive on, and I loved the car, so I bought the M2. The next step up, he bought the M2 CS, so I guess next step up, but don't tell him that. Anyways, back to what I was saying about how it was one of the best personal decisions ever. It's great to be able to drive a car like this, and all the memories that were made working on the car or driving the car or whatever just related to the car, those are irreplaceable and they're great memories. And lots of fun was had with the car, so definitely don't regret it. If I did it again, the only thing I'd change is I'd wait a couple months longer and buy an M2 CS. That concludes how I got my car. It's not super in-depth, but I didn't think it would be too interesting if it was too in-depth anyways. And now what I plan on doing in the future is stay with e-commerce for many more years, but also get into real estate investing. That's something that I think is a great thing to get into, and I'm going into it with the mindset of learning. My first property is going to be a learning experience. Of course I want to make money, but I also just want to learn a lot. And also I'm going into it with the same exact mindset. If other people are doing it, making billions of dollars, I can at least make a couple multi-million, you know, like something small like 500 million, something like that, right? I don't know too much about real estate yet. I'm learning every day. With the limited knowledge I have in real estate, my first plan is to get a fourplex and use that as a building block, because I'm gonna have a lot of learning opportunities that will help translate into commercial real estate, since it is a multi-unit or multi-tenant property. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my story was interesting. I'm gonna just show you around the car a little bit, because that's why you're here, right? I know I'm beautiful, but you know, you want to see the car too. These brakes, I wanted these brakes for so long. And these wheels, and I'd always send my friends pictures of these because I wanted to show them how beautiful they look. And now I finally got them, so that's cool. Let's see. That's Daryl. Oh, that's Daryl. Let me just zoom out for you. Little walk around. Lots of fun memories. This Watch my every mod I've done to my BMW M2 video, which I'll put in the description to hear about this. But this was fun. It was also a big pain in the ass. Yeah. So that's my story of how I bought this car, and that's Daryl again for you, right there. I hope you enjoyed the video. I post once a week, so I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have an amazing week.